those radars, but wanted to go back to MTGO. Played Esper Control yesterday. Didn't really know what else to play. It was this or the Mant mid-range deck. And Ginger, Misplaced Ginger, is currently streaming as I talk, the Mant mid-range deck, so I just figured I would do something differently. And obviously I always like red decks anyway. People, of course, know that about me. So, hiya. So we're starting with the Collins Mullen build. He has a sideboard guide on his Twitter if you care. Good start from our opponent. Actually, not a particularly great start from us. We really needed that land. Ouch, that hurts. Hey George, what's up? Not hitting this land's pretty brutal. Oh, hopefully they don't have land wilderness. Probably lose if they do. Probably also lose if they have a Callus or a Blink. Yeah, I like it. It's the decks that got first and second yesterday. Well, let's see what we can do here. Okay. Toys. We like toys. Assume they're just going to take that. I'll play this one first. If they counterspell this, we have the Wizard's Lightning to win. So, in terms of Nexus, we're pretty good to go, but we do want these Legion War bosses. They can just win a game on their own occasionally. And we want our additional risk factor, but it's mainly because Chain Whirler's really bad in this match, and we're just bringing in anything that can be relatively good. If I had like another war boss in the sideboard, I would take out the other Chain Whirler. Though I'm not sure how good War Boss is right now. I don't know, we have a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop if we get to it. I don't think we can mulligan this type of hand. Search again's not great for us, but could be worse. See if they have the counter spell. They pump that up to 2. I think they're unlikely to use it next turn, but if they do, it would kill our search. So we're trying to avoid a wilderness reclamation on this turn. If they don't play a land, that's so good for us. They're taking this long on an op decision. I have to imagine it's like a root snare on top, and they don't have the land. Would be my guess. Or it's a land on top and they don't have the root snare. That'd be my first 2 impressions, though. Guess let's find out. Well, that's interesting. I guess we just win. Yeah, well, that was unclimatic. Yeah, that's the passive or the static ability on Tabal. Your opponents can't gain life. It's the reason it's in our sideboard. Card probably wouldn't be playable if it didn't say that. Bring it in versus like Esper Control, Esper Midrange, Azurius Aggro, any of those type of decks. We want another dice roll. Have another playable hand. Opponent's 2-2 looking for the Ray-Ban trophy. I want to play this one, I guess. Opponent took too long, so I'm going to play a different land. Alright, well, he's taking even longer, so I'm going to play this one. Alright, back to playing this one. Hey, Turn Edward, what's up? You say it's Tabout? No, this isn't what I was expecting at all. I think this card's good enough that I'm just going to kill it, too. Okay. Still have 5 cards in their hand. Wow. That's a pretty good one. Guess I'm attacking with everything here. Getting this off the board before they get something that lets them gain life seems like it's probably worth it. Yeah. For example, getting it off the board before that. Huh. If I kill that, they can still double block. If I kill that, they can trade and have a 1-1. No matter what, they have a 1-1 at the end, so I think I go ahead and kill that. I think it's still right to attack into it because we can draw more Chain Whirlers. Or it can make their future Priest of Forgotten Realm turns and stuff worse. Go ahead and make sure they gain or lose a life here. So we're going to go down to 4 or 1, their choice. think it's better to keep this one because of the first strike. If we had a red spell, we're probably winning regardless. So just the fact that the other one can become a 4/4 doesn't feel to me like it matters. Alright, so this is kind of interesting. How do I want to sideboard versus what we see? I know I want these. I think I want these. I also think I might be interested in these or some number of these. What do I want to take out, really? I know I want to take out the risk factors, and I know I want to take out skewers. So let's start with that, because I'd never want skewers unless I'm hyper aggressive, and I don't think I want risk factor in this type of match. It had a million X ones as well, so I can see an argument for taking out Pyromancer. And if we're taking out Pyromancer, we can take out some number of Wizard's Lightning. So some number of these can probably be taken out. Might be too many. Might be sideboarding too much. Probably bring all of the frenzies in on the play. I'm gonna have to kill that. I'm just gonna waste this one on it too, because if we draw land, we can run away and shock in the same turn. Land? Not a land, but we can do this and shock. It's somewhat similar. Ooh, Revenge is kind of cool. They're missing their land as well. Okay. Interesting. Well, I hate to do that to our opponent. Can't be a good match for them. They did struggle on lands, though. I do find it slightly humorous that their name is Bolt the Birds, and we're playing the hypothetical Bolt deck, and the little priest card they're playing is effectively a bird. I mean, it doesn't produce mana, but it feels like it's one of those cards that you either kill it or you lose to, and that there's not a lot of in between. This hand. This is one of those hands I feel like we can do better versus. Our opponent's name is Mountain Master. They're playing mono red. The risk factor's already kind of bad. It's a card I would sideboard out, and we only have one removal spell. I don't think we can just read their name though and assume they're mono red. I think I'm going to keep it, and if they're mono red, we're going to lose game one. That's just all they are to it. I don't know, maybe it's just a mulligan. I'm looking at this light up the stage, and that's the main reason I'm wanting to keep it, but I don't know if light up the stage is that powerful. Alright, well, if they're mulliganing, I'm going to keep. I think if they kept 7, I might have shipped. Is this the infamous Bant deck that's only got 11 green sources and shouldn't be playing Llanowar Elf, in my opinion? Appears so. I'd rather let them counterspell this. So I can get some value out of the Fanatical Firebrand, which I consider slightly better here. Because they are a very mana hungry deck. Oh, well, that's not going to get us anywhere. Probably too far to come back from here. Really relying on that light up the stage that did absolutely nothing. Alright, we're dead. How do we sideboard here? Probably bring in these. These. Take out our bad attackers. The knife land's not going to do it for sure. Is that 10th and 11th land? Alright, we're done. Hit 11 of our 19 lands. So we want these for sure. I think I want these. I think I want these. I think I basically have to be a burn deck, but I don't think I can be a burn deck that's got conditional burn. Or have Wizard's Lightning and Skewer. Bringing in 6 4-drop snare 19 land decks, probably not an avenue to win with either. But I don't think our deck's set up or prepared to win this type of match. I think we're trying to get a little bit lucky. Sounds good. We don't have any burn spells, but it's good anyway. Our opponent is also playing a Wild Growth Walker deck, so sideboarding out the Wizard's Lightnings could just be wrong. Like having 10 clean answers to Wild Growth Walker might not be enough. They had the Magical Llanowar on 2 twice. Again, it's pretty mathematically improbable for their deck, unless I counted the land drone, which I could have counted the land drone. I wonder if there's ever a world I'm supposed to hit them there. Could force a Prison Realm out of them. Oh, wow, that's a good one. At least they can't attack this turn. Alright. Well, this thing's never attacking, so I think I should go ahead and use these. Unfortunately, I had to play my land there to be able to play this. Drawn 7 lands again. I'll put this stuff here before I forget later. Looks like I'm taking 12 this turn. Okay. It's not that bad. So I'm definitely casting this, but am I playing the land first or not? I think I am playing the land first here. We have so few 1-drops. I didn't have a wizard, so now I'm just kind of like bluffing around. Alright, well we have 7 damage next turn. Will we get to deploy it all? My 2 frenzies so far have netted me 0 cards, but they did use a Knight of Autumn to kill one of the frenzies, so I guess they've gained me 4 life. That's really good here. That's really good here. Well, I get more damage if I kill that. They block the biggest 2, I deal 5. So if I attack with everything, they block a 3 and they take 8. So we beat. No hide on 3, no hide on 4. How neat. Wasn't expecting to do that. Does that make me change how I approach the match at all? I don't think so. I don't think I can approach it any other way. Ooh, 1 land. I think I have to mulligan. I'm considering attempting to get lucky, but I just think I have to mulligan. Yeah, well, the other hand was better. I guess we should have attempted to get lucky. Other hand obviously looked better. There's 6 spells. I mean, interesting. I think casting my 2 lightning strikes is slightly better than just jamming frenzy. maybe it's not. What a shock. Interesting. Okay. On top. Oh. See if we can get a land. Well, we did. Hopefully they don't have the answer. We have a lot of mana if they don't. I assume this is just dead now. Neat. It's dead in a way we can get it back. Do I play that? We know they play Deputy of Detention. I don't think I'm going to play it because of that. I'm just going to save it for the following turn. I don't think I lose if I keep my Frenzy going. They have maybe a Vivian or something. Like maybe being a card deeper in my deck matters. I'm not 100% sure. We can't play a land. We really went off there though. We have another shock now? That's a little on the sick side too. I'm just gonna go for her head. So if I attack with everything, they block this, go to 9. And they're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could just sack this and then use my thing. Okay. 3-0. That was a hard match. Luckily, they got mana screwed. Something I was discussing earlier, I just don't understand why we want the white spells in that deck. I think the black spells are better. I don't know if Little Teferi is good enough for that style deck to, like, force it. And I know that I just don't care about Lyra or Deputy of Detention at all. I can get all of those type of effects from, like, my Hostage Takers and my Troops. It just seems like a... I don't want to say worse version of Sultai because it's obviously a very different version of Sultai. It's a blue-green based deck that's flashing double white spells. Or like more of a tricolor deck, whereas and like the blue cards have very, very strong relevance. Things like the Frilled Mystic and stuff like that are very, very strong. And they're hard for Sultai to play. But Oketcha's pretty good. Is really, really good in the grindy mid-range matches too. I don't know how many of those they are. But other than that, I've never been impressed with Deputy. I'm not sure that I ever want to be on a deck that has Lyra. Like, I just don't like Lyra, I guess. Maybe that's wrong too, but... But I like the deck. I think Oketcha's really cool. I know we were looking at a mid-range deck on stream, on the arena stream, and this just looks like a much better build. Much better. Alright, let's play. Obviously keep. Kind of interesting. Like, do I want a Fanatical, or do I want to have a Steamcon with a double follow-up? I guess I have the double follow-up anyway. So let's get our damage in. We apparently are geniuses. Second Nexus deck of the day. This hand's not good versus Nexus, I don't think. Because this hand's going to require winning with creatures, and I don't think that we do that well versus Nexus. Hey Rain Soda, what's up? Hope everything's going well, Rain Soda. So we got a Nexus of Fate, which is pretty nice. We definitely want to... I don't know that we have to kill that, but we definitely want to at least deal damage to it so they don't get another trigger. I don't care about its passive at all versus me. It's 8 damage now, so like any lightning strike effect would give us 12 for next turn. But our opponent seems to have a good draw. That's not what we were looking for either way. Yeah. And if we ever do draw something like a risk factor, we can always Fanatical Firebrand and Narset before we go for it. That way we can draw our cards. Our opponent's already showed us a Nexus of Fate, so we know they're getting an extra turn this turn. Commissioner's Insight to the Graveyard's really nice. And a Tameo, probably dead now, because they can keep recurring to Root Snare. Yep. They had the Opt in their hand. They should have used Opt before they used the Tameo to better inform their decisions. Like right there, for example, they opted into a Nexus of Fate, so the fact that this didn't tick up to look for another Nexus of Fate seems really wrong now. That's really good. Alright, this game's over. We can't win anymore. We'll probably concede when we get our draw step. Like, they have a Root Snare, they have this. They get, the next time they take a turn, they get to use that. Okay, they killed their own search. Maybe we have a chance since they killed their own search, but I doubt it. I am going to take the time to deal 3 damage to this. Because I can't count, and it's actually only 2 damage. I wouldn't have tacked it if I didn't think I was killing it. Oh, that was a pretty savage mistake. Just didn't pay attention and took for granted I would have drawn 2 spells by this turn of the game. I have no idea what's in their hand, by the way. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what they got with this, for example. They need to stop using the blast zone when they don't need to. Just stop sacking blast zones when you have no purpose to. I don't think they can miss. We're done here. They clearly could still miss, by the way. But super advantaged. We have better things to do. And I like that match, so. Like I said early into that game, though, I didn't think we had the type of hand that beat Nexus. We keep. Again, it's not a particularly great hand, but it's a good enough hand. I don't really want to mulligan on a 19 land deck when we have playable hands. This is a relatively fast clock, though. It's just so easy for them to get out in front of it with a growth spiral or even a syncopate. That's similar to a growth spiral in this case, so that definitely applies. Turn 3 Wilderness. Not the type of game we're going to win. I think this will prevent more damage than a lightning strike will deal over the course of a game. Hopefully they don't have a root snare. Yes. Wanted them to make that decision before they knew if they had a root snare or not. Like, it's pretty easy for an opponent to go infinite from here, but if they're taking the time to main phase growth spiral, I'm assuming they already have it. They're down to 2 cards, though. That's unfortunate. So their last card was the Nexus. Well, they have no card draw, though, so we have at least that going for us. Well, I mean, other than the one inside that we saw them play on already. Hmm. They gave up? They block here. Still take 7. They had this. They could have killed one of these. Couldn't they? Or did they spend too much mana and I was just not paying enough attention? I thought that was their game to win. That game went to show you that the Glaciers aren't actually very good in this match. They prevent some damage, but there's so much worse than Growth Spiral because they get you out of cards. This hand's a clear keep. It's the best hand we've had. You put on bottom. Okay, so we have some stuff here. Hmm. So we attack them down to 10 here. 9 with this. And we put them in a spot where they need to fog every turn the rest of the game. This is not a fog. That's just game then. Yeah, 4-0. Can we get a 5-0? Question mark? Smiley face? What? We usually lose the last round, but I'm feeling pretty good about this red deck. I have to make a phone call, so I apologize. Hey, look it up. Alright, so this is similar to the last hand. Sorry about that. I had to make a business phone call, but it's done. Yeah, I was muted. I was making a phone call. But alright, so we have a hand here. We can cast almost all of our spells, and this hand would be good versus some decks. But I don't know if it's good overall. Like, do you just gamble when you have 5 1-drops and 1 red mana? I'm gonna ask Twitter about this later. Kind of want to keep it because we're on the draw, but I certainly need to hit 2 mana. I'm just gonna keep it. I have basically all the spells I want. Oh, sweet! This is actually a decent hand versus red deck wins. So one of our worst matches is the red deck wins that have better main deck removal spells. So, for example, or sorry, better main deck conditions to win. So, for example, we have Risk Factor, but somebody who has Chandra Experimental Frenzy would be favored. They could just be Gruul with Shock Under deck, which isn't super popular these days, but apparently popular enough. Apparently popular enough. This is pretty strong. I think I'm just going to take a hit here. What is Nassif testing? Is he still on the Black-Green X? We don't have any Direfleet Daredevils in our sideboard anymore, so I think this match got a lot worse. Taking this damage here, hoping that they'll play a Rekindling Phoenix. Yeah. Well, that didn't work out like I wanted. Looking bad for us. I would say our 5-0 dream is crashing to an end right now. Those Gruul Spellbreaker is amazing in this match. Blast Zone's a good card. They're the Chain Whirler build, but they have multiple basic forests in their deck. I'll never understand that or agree with it. Alright, this game's over. Next. Easy things to sideboard out is we definitely don't want Risk Factors. We definitely do want Rekindling Phoenix. We definitely do want 4 Lava Coils. We don't want Vishino Pyromancers, I don't think. I always take out those, but I think they're better than these. Alright, this hand's a keep. Perfectly reasonable little draw. Opponent's mulliganed to 5. Interesting. Put it on bottom as well. Wah wah. Goodbye, my friend. You'll be missed. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet. Opponent's attacking me. That's scary. That is actually very scary. Like Domri and 5 then, I guess? Just another chain whirler, maybe? Okay, so it's nothing. So we're down to 8. Effective 5 with the Wizard's Lightning in their hand. So we just need 2 of our creatures to get through, or we need to draw like a shock. Magical Firebrand. Maybe. Might do something. I don't know. Grim Lavamancer, actually. We're gonna just have nothing. Alright, game 3. So they have Lightning Strikes on their deck still. I don't know if I want these Fanatical Firebrands. Yeah, so this is for the 5-0. Ooh, this hand's bad. It's good enough to keep, though. Especially if them on a mulligan and us having the answer to their first big threat. Just need to make sure we don't draw more lands. Just play this anyway, right? And hope they don't Spellbreaker. Because it's a minimum 2 more turns before we can play. I said Spellbreaker, but I meant Red Source and Chain Whirler. It's a minimum 2 more turns before we can play a spell and protect it. And we don't want them just to play a 4/4 on the following turn. If they just play a 4/4 on the following turn, then we have to waste our lava coil, and it's 2 more turns before we can protect it. That just seems like a lot of turns. So if they have a Sarkin, we can kill the one thing and then kill the Sarkin. Let's start the turn by attacking Domri and see what happens. I think I'm just going to kill the Domri. Yeah, I might just leave the Domri in play. See if we can kill it with an attack next turn. Yeah, that doesn't do anything, so we don't care about that. They didn't play anything last turn, so... I wonder if I'm wrong not to play the Frenzy. I'm not playing the Frenzy because I'm afraid that they're just going to kill it. And I really want to get some value out of this lava coil. But that's probably wrong. They have to have something in their hand, though. They have 2 cards. But I really value this lava coil highly. Yes, 5-0. With Colin Mullins, Red Deck wins. Now we're going to switch over to Will Pullman? I think Zanzaid made this list, but I don't swear, yeah. Will Pullman. We'll try his list now. It'll take me 1 moment. So, first of all, I'll leave it on the list that we just played while I switch over to update our stream. Oh, let's start right. Update our stream decker for the other list, and we'll compare the risk factors to the Chandras. The risk factors didn't particularly impress me, and the experimental frenzies did a lot of damn work. So, obviously, 5 matches. That doesn't seem like a lot to draw any conclusions from, but yeah. The McKinley Phoenix felt good too. Alright, so let's switch over to his list now. The next list, the next red deck list we're going to try. And notice the big changes. If you notice, the sideboards are essentially identical. Obviously, they're not exactly identical. The one doesn't have the experimental frenzies. They have the risk factors, and instead of the So the one had one risk factor in the sideboard, or the list we were just playing had one risk factor in the sideboard, and 4 experimental frenzies. This has the 1 risk factor plus 2 additional and 2 dire fleet over the frenzies because it's already playing 4 drops and you just can't play that many 4 drops. Other than that, the only changes with the deck really is there is an additional land. And an additional Chandra because the other list only has 3 risk factors, and we've cut 2 Wizard's Lightnings to make room for them. I don't know if I love that. I honestly think I'd rather cut the Skewers, but it's, hey, you won SEG Open. I'm not going to question it. We're just going to try it. But so that's the 4 cards difference in the sideboard, 4 cards difference in the main deck, and realistically speaking, the only big difference in the deck is 4 Chandras for 4 Frenzies in the entire, from the entire list of the 75, and then a couple of burn spells here and there, and an extra land because we're playing more 4 drops. I do think this 4 drop's really good, but it's just not Frenzy to me. Though Frenzy's not particularly good versus Esper and stuff anymore. I think this is a nod to that. I think risk factor is insane versus Esper. I go mulligan. I don't think that hand's strong enough. I do think this hand's strong enough. Put down on the bottom since we only have 2 lands. Okay. Good chance this is tokens. Do still like the tokens deck. I think it's quite good. Leave this here so we don't forget that they have it. Probably gonna go ahead and light up this stage, though the way our hand looks, it could just be wrong. I really want lands though. Nice. Might slow to row on a history or something. Nope. No row to be slowed. Do like the fact that if they history into Venerated Loxodon, we can kill the history token with the shock and then kill the Loxodon with the Chain Whirler Wizard's Lightning combo. And they have to have a land to even do that. I'm not playing anything this turn. And I wonder if this is even worth it. Ooh. Well, I know what I'm playing this turn. I think the benefit of playing the Chandra this turn over the Chain Whirler is we're not putting damage on the board, but we're leaving our way self a way to beat a land Tristani. I do think they paused last turn to potentially play a... It felt like they had a Conclave Tribunal in their hand. So maybe this is just going to get conclaved. But I really do like having this 1-2 combo to beat Tristani, because if they just slam Tristani, I figure we're dead. Especially with the life total that they currently have. So there is the Conclave Tribunal that I felt they had. I'm going to continue to play around something that I don't know if I should be playing around. Oh, I probably shouldn't be playing around it at all now. Once we drew this, we had a way to kill it. So playing around it beyond that feels wrong. I feel like they would have already played it now if they had it as well. If they played that land there, that means they just have a march, right? What do they have that's not a march from here? What is our best attack into a march? Right, I don't care about that too much. Guess they're going to double or triple block or quadra block or something the lava runner. Hmm. We need a 2-point burn spell from here. Any Pyromancer or any Shock or Lightning Strike or Wizard's Lightning is enough. Even a Chain Whirler is a good draw. Hmm. Skewer. So what do we have? We have like 4, 8, 9, 14, 17 pretty good draws, and maybe Risk Factor might be a good draw. That's interesting. A play like that tends to indicate that they wanted to play Venerated Loxodon, but that would leave them 2 blockers and dead to millions of things. That's not good enough, is it? Still think I have to attack. They get some double blocks, they get to gain some lives, but we need to get this stuff off the board before they just play a Tristani and win. Alright, so if they make this block, they're dead. First strike wins. They make that block, they're dead because of the first strike. Alright, so we definitely want the Tabalts here. I think we want our rekindling friends. Kind of torn between the lava coils or not. I think the lava coils are good versus some other draws, horrendous versus other of their draws. Overall, I think I like them though, mainly because I don't like Pyromancer at all here, and I don't really like Skewer here. And they just seem like they're an improvement on Wizard's Lightning. Apologize if you guys hear just a, if you all hear just a little bit of background noise right now. I believe this is a keep. Oh, this was a forest for a second. For some reason, the art's so similar in my eyes. Feels like a really bad light up the stage, but need it to try to ensure we hit a land. And the chain whirler cleans up the sapperlings, so that's nice. We went ahead and shocked, even though it looked a little odd, but it's because they could have played Venerated Loxodon on this following turn. It's kind of odd to me that they didn't attack there, since like they're kind of hoping I don't have a land here, I guess. But it seems like you might as well get your 1 point of damage. Baffle. I'm baffled by that play. See what I did there? I made a not funny. Not funnies are my specialty. Yep. We just over here grinding. Never commit much to the board. Never try to overextend. Always try to be able to beat their big swings. For example, we can beat that big swing. They don't have the correct mana. Alright, so we can attack for 5. They can't gain life. Alright. Well, the Chandra's got conclaves out of our opponent's hands twice. That's not nothing. Not nothing, I say. Hey, Anaref, what is up? Wait, what? Why the hell is there a little plus here that's just bouncing? It's like, here's 10 biddies. +1. That's so odd. Ah! Hold on, my phone's ringing. I apologize. Nice. That phone call was to alert me that my overstock error was taken care of. So, pretty happy about that. I guess technically it's understock. This hand seems like a very keepable hand. That amuses me so much that it's just like bonus +1. I would have loved to have played first to this hand. It's kind of interesting. There's not a lot of decks that play basic planes on one without playing another spell. They have 6, so no syncopate, no still away to worry about. Ooh, our opponent just doesn't even have a land. Well, they pause this turn. Does that mean that they have a still away, or they just Esper that drew the basic planes? Oh, they're Fibble thingy. I don't know what this deck does. I don't know what this deck is. Am I supposed to just attack their face? I mean, I have 12 points of burn in my hand. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to just attack their face. I kind of want to let them have another turn and try to figure out what in the world that they're playing. Hey, Lars, what's up? But they didn't block, so they died without our other 6 points of damage. But I don't know how to sideboard now. Or I know Zach's, I can't pronounce his last name. Elsek, maybe? I know he top 8'd like 140 person MCQ or something with it. So I think this is his updates. So let's take a peek at it. I'm guessing this is what they're playing. This is just all planeswalkers and these little friends. I don't think we have much on our sideboard to help versus something like this. So 2 baffling ends. I mean, they could not be playing this exact list. I'm just trying to get an idea. So I definitely want this. I think I want the risk factors too. Oh, clicked the wrong one. Meant to click a skewer. Was things in that deck gaining life? I'll take another peek of it. I don't know what a lot of these cards do. I don't actually see life gain. Alright. We'll try this. By the way, how are you doing today? I'm pretty excited. We're on quite a bit of a run on the streak. We 7-0'd our metagame challenge yesterday, and we 5-0'd our first league today. I don't know if I'm running hot or if I'm playing better. Probably running hot. The metagame challenge I played with, let me pull it up real quick. I can't pronounce his name, SJOW, Sajao? Is that how you pronounce it? His Esper list from Fandom Legends. This was the list I ran. It felt pretty good. I missed not the 2 Thief of Sanities in the sideboard instead of 0 or 4 felt kind of odd. But every other card in the deck, and the Thief of Sanities actually did work themselves. It's just kind of weird to me that there's only 2. It always felt like a card that when you want to draw it, you want to draw a bunch of it. But like everything else felt good. Like this Ophikai was super good. Teferi, the little Teferi is so good. The D-Spark was so good. The Narset was so good. I want more Narsets. Narset just impressed me. I'm absolutely obsessed with 3-mana Planeswalkers. Spoiler, 3-mana Planeswalkers are good. Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever figured that one out, that 3-mana Planeswalkers might be good? the just the being able to cast Oath of Kai in tight games and then bounce it with your own to Little Teferi and replay it was so good. It didn't register in my mind what I drew. In my mind I was just casting Risk Factor. I think I'm still just casting Risk Factor, but like I should have paused for half a second and at least thought about it instead of already thinking that I knew what I was going to make my play and then like not reevaluate based on what I drew. Oh yeah, I can link you that list. Let me pull it back up. I'll link you the entire top 16 from that event. Oh, our opponent's done anyway. It felt pretty good though. Egger's list from SCG looks really nice too. I want to give it a try. Like Egger's list was kind of similar, except it ran 4 Thief of Sanities, and it never had it had 2 Oath of Kaya, which in certain metas obviously sounds like it's pretty insane. We can do better than that. I was wrong. We can't. I'm not going to mulligan to 5. I'm just going to get my brains beat in, and that's fine. I'm going to gift our opponent a free win. I refuse to mulligan to 5. God, now I really want to because our opponent mulliganed. Whatever. We keep. The Chandra's going to be lit. You just wait. Right, if I knew our opponent was going to mulligan to 5, I would have as well. Alright, cool. Chandra's really bad here. JK, we have all to block her. Okay, it's green-white. They do have the third land, though. A little unfortunate. They've got a fourth land. That's a pretty good one. I finally crafted 4 Gideons on Arena so I can finally test it. Kind of excited about that. Oops. Were I supposed to block this here just so they couldn't cast the big guy? Probably don't attack with it if... It's just correct to kill that, right? I get to flip this now. Oh. That's not good. Guess this is fine. Kind of throwing a card away, but that's a good card to throw away too. Can't keep our thing alive. I assume they have a conclave or something. Like, this game's so close to over that I'm not sure it matters what I do. Well, easy to know that I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to block this too. Yeah. Keep our thing alive for a turn, I guess. There's no way to protect it another turn, but I need a card desperately. I don't know what I'm hoping to draw here. I think I'm just basically doing this and getting ready to concede. Well, they don't have anything we can keep it alive again. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Goodbye, Chandra. You'll be missed. Oh boy. Goodbye, life. You'll be missed. It's only 13 to my face. We're still alive. Yeah, they're saying that Frenzy's better versus the. They're saying that Chandra's better versus decks like Esper, and that Frenzy's better versus decks like um, White Weenie uh, or like Mono Red or Esper mid range, and this is a somewhat Esperish mid range type match. So I think Frenzy's better here too. So they're attacking me for 10 and this for the rest. So I guess I'll just eat one of these and take 10. I don't have the experience to know. Like, I've loved it personally versus Esper, but like, Brian and Jerry and them are saying, like, you don't even side it in versus Esper anymore. Which is why the other version, the risk factor version, I guess, exists. We can block 3 things, but I don't know how we live. But I agree, I'm not super impressed with this card. I've had it in a pre-release and a draft, and like it didn't even feel particularly great in limited. It's not ever felt. I've had it in the Gruul, the Domri, Chandra, Sarkhan deck list. It didn't feel great to me there. Okay, we're dead. You could have just played that a second ago. I guess technically we wasn't dead on board, but we have no out. So I want to bring in these. I want to bring in these. I want to bring in these for sure. I really, really want Experimental Frenzy here. We don't have Experimental Frenzy here. I don't know if this is even worth leaving in. Well, you can find them 1,000 places, George, that I can lead you to. Can you find them affordable? These are the 8 cards that I kind of think are the worst here. Like, I have no interest in these random burn spells, but I don't really have any interest in Chandra either. Go to Sato's shop. Hayaru or whatever. I'd wager he has them. Medina might be able to sell them to you as well. Yeah. I would normally have Frenzy in here and not the burn spells, so we're just going to try that. I think this is the type of match that Chandras are going to be significantly worse than Frenzy in, though. Frenzies were really good for us last league. We just went on a 14-match win streak. I did it too early. I needed to do it at the end of the month when it counted. Also, probably should have mulliganed on the 5. Keeping 5 lands in a Chandra was just too damn optimistic, I think. That's fair. It was with 2 different decks, too, which is kind of nice. I don't like this type of draw versus green-white. I find that this type of draw versus green-white just stalls the board a few turns and then loses to their bigger spells. Or not stalls the board a few turns, but like controls the board a few turns and then just loses to like their histories and their Tristanis and stuff. I've just not personally had much luck with this type of draw versus their deck. If they just play like a history this turn into a anything next turn in a conclave, I'm going to be relatively sad. I think it's better to play Chandra than to keep pushing here, because just dealing 4 more damage doesn't seem like it really matters. This kind of puts the onus on them to need a conclave. Fortunately, they can like history in the conclave or creature in the conclave. I don't like you. I wish you were Frenzy. If this was Frenzy, I would have just Lightning Striked and attacked for 4. So the fact that this card doesn't even do what Frenzy does, like, changed how I want to play the match. And I'm not sure if that's good. I don't think you want to change how that you want to play the match. Yeah. I wonder if I should have killed one of these. Well, I couldn't, but could, but I don't know if it was worth it. Well, that's not where we want to be. Now I really wish I'd killed a Saproling. I was thinking I was going to need a chump blocker, though. Or a way to, like, trade the Chain Whirler into the Loxodon. Did just mess up, though, didn't I? I was supposed to Lightning Strike the Knight before the history went off. Yeah, I'm playing really bad. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. We're dead. I don't have an out anymore. I don't think there's a sequence of draws that even let me win here. Well, goodbye, Chandra. Maybe I can draw 3 Chain Whirlers in a row? I don't even know if that'd be enough. It's not! They have another! Rip! The streak is ended. I didn't play well. Wait. I could get another turn, but I couldn't win, could I? That's 6 counters on it. Should have done 6 to him, shouldn't it? I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention, but I think you're right. I think it did only do 2 damage. It did, in fact, only do 2 damage. That's weird. It went from 16 to 14. Huh. I guess a bug? They don't have any lifelink or anything. Yeah, I guess it was a bug. I think it worked the other game we played it, didn't it? We cast one in game 1 that they killed. I'm pretty sure it worked there. Or did they kill it with a conclave? Honestly, don't remember. I think they killed it with a conclave. I wasn't paying attention to their life total. The one thing I was supposed to be paying attention to there, I didn't pay attention to. How do you not pay attention to that? The one thing I was doing the replay for. So they're at 22. And it's at 5 counters. So they gained 4 and or they gained 2 and dealt 4. So it worked this game. It dealt 4 to them this game. I don't know. It's odd. I don't think it changed the game any though. Especially after we looked at our additional draw step, but it definitely is not supposed to work like that unless I'm wrong. No, might be worth reporting a bug, but it's not worth trying to get play points back. I lost the game fair and square. The Chandra didn't change that, I don't think. Well, I'm confident it didn't. Yeah, I guess in fairness, I could have drawn like a light up the stage or something the following turn, and because I don't think I was dead the following turn. But you can't get comp if you cash, right? And I'm going to 4-1 this league anyway, so I don't think it matters. Confidence. Oh, you can? That's interesting. I did not know you could. Alright, let's go back to the end of that game then. Let's bore everybody with all of the details. And see if I had 2 turns left. So we're saying they should have took 6 and been down to 10. Oh yeah, We have 5 points of burn with them at 10. We only have one draw step left, but like we don't have to chump block with this turn, and we could hit a light up the stage, right? We only had to block one thing, so we're taking 18 down to 2. Throw the lightning strike at them, untap, have 7 lands, fanatical firebrand into light up the stage into shock lightning strike. So we're not drawing dead, are we? We're drawing insanely thin, I think. They could have had something too. Like they could have just had a Tristani, or they could have had a removal spell. We have 7 mana though. Even if we did have to, like, say they had a removal spell and then we had to chump and they were at 8. If we untapped, that puts them at 5. Light up the stage still gives us 4 mana, so we still had an out, even if we had to block with both Fanaticals, or even if we lost both Fanaticals. Yeah, but I don't know if it's not going to potentially cost me the game. I don't really want their money. I'm fine for filing. I'm fine for reporting bugs so they can be fixed, or I'm fine for filing comp if there was an outside shot I could win. But if I'm just dead, I don't want their money. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm so weird. I might I might submit that. I'm not sure. I already did have to submit something the other day, which made me mad. The other day I had a bug. I was in a league. I was playing versus Amulet. I was playing Tron. The game went forever, which is kind of mind blowing. I mean, they had. I'm pretty sure they didn't have another land in their deck. And I was playing the Tron with the little Karn, so I kept going and getting like random artifacts, but I never could protect Karn from an attack, so I never could set up the Microsymphlatus thing. But anyway, so they finally beat me, and this was game 1. Game 2, the game froze. I'm going to keep this. I don't know if I should, but on the draw I like to gamble. And when I closed the program to log back in, the game patched and was doing that weird crashing stuff, which you know when that was. And for the entire night, it wouldn't fix even after the other patches. I think I just take 2 here because I think I need a Fanatical Firebrand to light up the stage potentially. But anyway, going forward, it ended up, so I tried to drop the league since the match never would finish and it always like popped up and froze. And then I started getting like send error report that you could never close, and this, that, and the other. And I am so dead. But yeah, it kind of aggravated me. I had to drop a league that I hadn't even lost yet. Alright, that's what I get for keeping a 1-land hand. Punished. Never keep 1-land hands. Ever. This is another match that I think Experimental Frenzy is better than I think Rekindling Phoenix, or sorry, better than I think Chandra's is. Is it bad that I kind of want Direfleet Daredevil here just as a 2-1 first striker? The people who built this deck do not bring in Rekindling Phoenix. I just don't want this card. I don't know, it's probably good enough. I feel like I'm going to get more value out of just the Rekindling Phoenixes, but... There's multiple matches that I've won at the Frenzies. This hand's pretty good. I actually think the White Weenie match is kind of hard with red deck wins. Or at least it was pre-Spark. I obviously don't have the experience post-Spark. Do I have anything? Peculiar to me? Really? Huh. You're a lot better than me. Mono red seems good. I mean, it's generally always good week one of a format. For whatever that's worth, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this. So they can't turn this into a 2-2. A lot of people are saying you're supposed to be sideboarding the third to Balt right now. This is a match I'd love a third to Balt in, I think. We've got a spicy planeswalker or two. Yeah, the life gain clause, but I think just in general the little devil person's actually pretty decent here, but the little devil person. I don't have 3 lands and I still want to leave that on top. That's probably wrong. Giving myself just 2 draw steps to hit that land, probably not good. I've not loved this Enforcer in the White Weenie decks. To Catley, doing to Catley things. Well, that's not what we wanted. It's my punishment for leaving the Chain Whirler on top. Uh-oh. What's happening this turn after shocking? Just want to leave this up, I guess? That card is actually really cool. Oh wow, they have Spell Pierce. Well, I'm gonna get crushed this game. Oh, lovely. It's gonna get even worse for me. Alright, one turn to hit a land. Alright, we're still playing. I guess that's good for us. Alright. Well, we're still playing. I guess that's good for us. I don't have any more comments. JK, we're no longer still playing. That one was a bit odd to me. Oh, it's got Vigilance. Never mind, that's not odd at all. I forgot what Vigilance does for half a second, and we're dead on board. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. I think the keep game 2 was right. Keeping the Chain Whirler was probably wrong. Alright, for the pity chest. I tried not to play the tank in limited till Basis corrected me and made me feel bad. And then it immediately won a game. Keep drawing! Light up the stages every game. Oh god. I guess I don't want to get blown out by a dive down, so I'm just supposed to attack. That way I can guarantee some damage for to light up the stage. If they have a dive down to kill this, that's fine. I just didn't want to like use this here and then not get to cast my light up the stage. Did I play a land out of my hand? I played a land out of my hand. Wow. I'm so bad. Well, on a positive note, this game's not looking good anyway. I'm definitely killing this turn. I'm just trying to decide if I want to get value out of this lightning strike or not. I could lightning strike and pop, but it's probably just better to chain whirler and skewer and get a chain whirler on the table. Because this lets me kill everything. You think I was supposed to get the value? I was thinking cleaning up the board before they had a chance to play the Wizard's Lightning might be better. Losing a card there is pretty bad, though. I technically lost 2 because of how badly I played the my lands. Should be able to play another land. This is another match that I like Experimental Frenzy in, by the way. That I'm not going to like the Chandra in. I assume this is just going to get counterspelled. Yeah. Well, I guess they don't want to play no more. Well, definitely want these. Whoops. I think I like Rekindling Phoenix too. It probably is good. I was trying to look up an old sideboard guide. It's been that long since I played straight red deck wins that doesn't have all of the collisions and stuff. So they take out the experimental frenzies and they take out the light up the stages. In this really old build. That seems so odd to me. I do think Chandras are just going to be bad here, though. It's hard for me to bite on light up the stage is not going to be usable, but I will try what Oracle said. Apparently Oracle streams. I'm just now finding that out. Thank you. What the hell's their Twitch? Trying to find their Twitch so I can follow it, but apparently they don't link it very often. Oh, there we go. Yes. I apologize if there's any background noise while I go follow this. Surge Mare! But that's a magic card. It's quite a good magic card. Well, that's not going to be easy to beat. I hate skewering this match so bad. Skewer's just obsessively bad in these type of matches. The way I play these matches is all you worry about is board control, board control, board control. You slam a frenzy and the game's over. But we don't have that option. I'm finding it hard to figure out a way that I'm going to win this game. I guess I can attack with everything now. They can't pump this, but... Maybe I was supposed to not play this and hope that they blocked. So we're up to 7 for this now. Yeah, this seems like a lot of problems for us. I guess you're technically bigger than you, so... I'm gonna have a dive down or something. Alright. They didn't use their mana, so I would have figured they would have had something there. Ooh. I guess I just attack and don't care if they have a trickster. Maybe I have to care if they have a trickster. Could have another trickster here, but if they do, I figure I'm just dead, so. Uh-oh. I think we can probably pick them up now. Is there anything else we can change? Kind of miss these light up the stages, but I guess it's kind of hard. I guess it's kind of hard for us to always cast those, especially versus spell pierces. I guess we just don't give up and just keep going. They could have like 7 lands on top of their deck, right? We could have 7 lightning strikes. One of us would be a cheater. Wonder if we could win if they did have 7 lands. I don't think it's clear that we would. Especially if I'm drawing 3 cards a turn. That's not a big turn cycle. It's just one thing, right? No, okay, yeah, it's one thing. I could start blocking this now, couldn't I? Just leave both back to double block? Alright, we're dead in 2 turns. They have absolutely nothing. We're able to block Vis now, so maybe we could draw a Lava Coil and kill Vis. Still don't think I want Chandra. Need some way to get cards though. We're just not going to power through them. It just seems so hard to protect the Chandra. Maybe I don't care if the Chandra dies because it's dealing damage to them. Seems really hard to resolve it though. Well, we're dead. 0 chance to win if this hand versus blue. I definitely am more of a fan of the Experimental Frenzy build. I don't think Chandra's particularly good. Well, at least we can kill that. For half of our cards when we already mulligan to 5. It's kind of a cool card. It's a really high loyalty count too. Oh, lovely. Womp womp. That's not good for us. Yeah. Well, we got lost here pretty bad. They have a hexproof thing, so we have to draw like shock. Well, I guess since it survived, the shock wasn't even enough. Alright, well, 2-0 into 2-3. That was not a very good performance. Just was not happy with this card the whole event. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. I hear my food just came through the door. Having a chicken basket. Pretty excited about that. But take care, everybody, and thank you so much for stopping by as always.